What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the North Shore 9 Postgame show sponsored by Primanti's Brothers. I'm your host, Neil. With me is the one, the only Dougie Fresh. And
hey, fellas.
How's it going, Doug?
Hey, it's going great. Midway through the day, I wasn't sure it was going great, but it you didn't think it was going to get better after Suwinski's home run. And then we got a milestone. So hashtag raise it. Put it in there.
Yes. Please make sure if you want sandwiches sponsored by Primanti's Brothers, please put hashtag raise it in the comments. We will do a drawing at the end of the show. And if your name is called, you will get 2 free sandwiches. We will get that out to you. Yeah. There's only one place to start for this game. And so that, of course, is our boy, Andrew McCutchen. He hits his 300th career home run. Doug, you've seen a lot of Pirates. You've grown up. You've got to see a lot of people wear the black and gold. Where does this rank in terms of players that you've been able to see over the years?
I mean, it's pretty special. And, I grew up watching Willie Stargell and Dave Parker and, some pretty exciting stuff. I mean, I saw all of Bond's Pirates career, but, we've been in sort of a pretty dry stretch. And to see McCutchen, to have him come back, to see him get his 300th home run. I mean, he has been a signature Pirate. And, the question for me has always been who is the 4th guy on the Pirates Mount Rushmore? It's Stargell, Clemente, and Wagner. And McCutchen is staking his claim to that. I've always been a Dave Parker guy. I'm going up to the games over the Memorial Day weekend to get the Dave Parker bobblehead, but it's hard. It is hard to deny Cutch what he's meant to this team, what he's meant to this city. So, he's been struggling. He's been scuffling. I mean, the first inning, DiNardo was all over him for, looking at that third strike with runners on. So it was nice to see him, and I'm sure, he wouldn't admit to it, but I'm sure he's happy to, that he's got that on now. I don't want to call it the pressure, but just the thought of having to take care of that. He's got his 300th home run now. It was just great. He's been a special player. And I feel really fortunate that I've got to see him and that he's back in the Pirates black and gold.
Yeah, and for me, I was there after the Bonds era. I didn't get to see Stargell. I didn't get to see Bonds. I didn't get to see any of those greats. The first people I remember are Brian Giles, Jason Bay, Jack Wilson. Like, those were my stars, and they were good, and I really liked them. I think I even cried when Jason Bay completely laid an egg at the home run derby just because I had never seen one of my guys do that. Cutch is on a different level. He was the team. He is the face of the team of the 21st century. And so just being able to see him get a milestone like this, like he is taking a claim not only for Mount Rushmore for the Pirates, but also for the Hall of Fame. And I'm biased, but I want to see him in the Hall of Fame. It was special to see that today.
Yeah, as we, I started thinking about that last season because as the numbers are changing for the Hall of Fame now, right? I mean, we're not going to see another 330 career hitter, right? He has been filling up the old stat sheet there pretty nicely. And really what he needs, what would really, make it interesting would be some postseason success. And, that's, I mean, he's 300 home runs is a good number. He's got steals, he's got doubles. He's been a terrific player, an MVP, a couple top 3 finishes. So his resume looks really good. If he could just get on fire in the playoffs this season, assuming a lot, but if he could do that, you're like, right? He's got a pretty good case. I mean, I tell you, the player that I always really liked was Harold Baines. He's no Andrew McCutchen. He was he's before your time, but he was just a nice, solid, consistent player. And if he can get it, and then Andrew McCutchen, there's room for Andrew McCutchen in my Hall of Fame.
I mean, my entire thing is that if there's room for Bill Mazeroski in this Hall of Fame, there is room for Andrew McCutchen. And again, I am completely biased. I'm sure if you're not a Pirates fan, you probably don't think that he's probably in the Hall of Very Good. But I'm biased.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I have him. But again, it's because, like I said, I grew up watching guys get 400 home runs and the markers where you had a 300 lifetime batting average, you had 300 plus home runs, that sort of thing. But those numbers are changing. We're not going to see 300 game winners again. We can't use these numbers that we've had for 100 years. We can't use as our benchmark numbers anymore. We have to adjust with the game. It's a tough case. So
but either way, completely special moment. Cutch finally gets his 300th. He was really struggling. All he needed to do was block DiNardo on Twitter, and suddenly he was fixed again. So
yeah, exactly. He is
another North Shore 9 victory.
Right. Once again, and I think my stern admonishment to Mitch Keller also had some effect today, as Mitch Keller, pitched a pretty good game. So North Shore 9, we're handling their business out there. So
I think we'll get to Keller a little later, but I think that's the star of the show today was the offense. And one more time, just if you want to be entered for sandwiches, please make sure you put #RaiseIt in the comment section to be entered into win 2 free sandwiches. But the offense was on fire today. The offense against a really good Zack Wheeler, who was dealing for the first 4 or so innings. He looked really good through 5. We put 6 earned runs up on Zack Wheeler today. Sorry, I guess 5 runs, 4 earned, and then he gets taken out. But what did you think of our offensive performance today?
Well, like I said, it's kind of – this is a strange team. I mean, Wheeler had 10 strikeouts.
Yeah.
The Pirates are still just they're hard to figure out this year, right? I mean, O'Neal Cruz was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Reynolds 0 for 5, right? So, you say that and say the offense was on fire, and it's like, ooh, but and the first run was sort of handed to us.
Yes.
So error, wild pitch, throw into the outfield, So you're wondering, but guys like, Tellez had a couple hits. Triolo has a hit, Joey Bart, but then, it starts with an error and we get a couple guys on and Jack Suwinski, another guy that's been scuffling and, he's got his average up to 196 now with his 2-hit game. But I mean, he crushes that ball, and suddenly it's an entirely different game.
Yeah. So let's go to the beginning of our offense. So the first run, of course, was a fielding. Error. And McCutchen kind of comes home. We did not get another hit with runners in scoring position. I tell you, if I was a Phillies fan watching this series, I would be tearing my hair out seeing the runs that we have scored throughout this series.
Right. I mean, the Friday night game, my goodness. I mean, they just gave us run after run after run. Yeah. And that's kind of the exciting part about all this is while the Pirates have not played well, have played kind of sloppy, have not hit well, they're 11-5. They're somehow overcoming, which they could never do in the past. And they're overcoming some of this. I mean, they've got to clean some of this up. But here we are.
Other teams are also messing up. You can tell this is early in the season. And even with spring training, there are still a lot of kinks being worked out in terms of players. There's a lot of errors. Not everyone's making the best heads-up play. And the Pirates are 100% guilty of that. But you're right. It's nice to see teams also make those errors because it almost makes ours feels less fluky.
Yeah. I mean, it's true because, right, all we do is focus on the Pirates, obsess about the Pirates. I imagine if we watched every, Arizona Diamondback game, every, Toronto Blue Jay game, we'd be like, oh my God, can anybody throw the ball into the infield? Can't we turn a double play? It's that same thing. And the one thing they have done really well this year is turn double plays. And the depth of the lineup, right? Again, if you tell me that Cruz and we get 0 for 10 from Cruz and Reynolds, I'm generally going to tell you we probably didn't have a very good game, but that's not true anymore because we do have guys like Tellez and Joey Bart and Triolo and just guys that are major league baseball players and not space fillers until somebody else shows up 3 years down the road.
I'm surprised that Joey Bart's even a major league level player because he wasn't when he was in San Francisco, but he has been. No, and you don't. It's not like looking at a 2011 lineup and thinking, all right, you got Reynolds, you got Hayes, you got Cruz, and then like six tax accountants. Like you got actual MLB baseball players, and that showed. I think mostly in the sixth inning where we got our 5 runs. We load the bases up. We really get to Wheeler. And then he makes a mistake to Jack Suwinski, who takes full advantage. And he crushes one into right field. It is a whole new ball game. Instead of being down 2-1, we are now up 6-2. 5-2. That was such a huge home run from a struggling Jack Suwinski.
Right. Well, yeah, and CUTCH had got on prior to that. These guys have been scuffling, and they're, where they are sort of in the middle of the lineup. We can't afford to have them being scuffling, and they both came through today, and it's the difference in the game, and and again, it's the difference in the team this year. Again, for this entire Ben Cherington era, often 1 through 3 was all we had. 4 through 9 would be bad. Most of the time, 5 through 9 was definitely bad. And you're like, wow, here's an easy 6 outs for the pitcher coming up, And so suddenly now it's like, look, right, we're not rife with all-stars down there at the bottom lineup, but we have guys that you feel like, well, I hope he can get a hit at least before I can go do some errands for the next 2 innings because we're doing nothing, right?
Yeah, and later that inning, Joey Bart also hits his 2nd home run of the year. I cannot believe Joey Bart is hitting the way he is doing. But I think, and I've been kind of banging this drum for a while, the big difference today is that we hit home runs. The Phillies didn't.
Right.
And
Tyler says that brings that up all the time. In today's baseball, you can't win without hitting the ball over the fence.
Yeah, like home runs just make life so much easier for you when you hit, and like good things happen when you hit home runs. And the Pirates issue, even last year and kind of this year, is that we just don't hit the ball out of the yard. But when you do that, you get runs. You can sometimes luck your way into a grand slam. Like it just makes life so much easier. And so it was really nice to finally see a 3 home run game from this lineup. Suwinski, McCutchen, and Joey Bart would not be the 3 guys I would have predicted to hit home runs today.
Exactly.
But that also kind of goes into like hopefully the length of the lineup.
Again, it was Zack Wheeler. The grand slam was Zack Wheeler. He's their ace. Yeah. He's one of the better pitchers in baseball.
Yes.
This is one of the better teams, better lineups in baseball. We took 2 out of 4 from the Phillies on the road.
Yeah.
You can't ask for more than that. And did it without, I'm thinking, playing our best baseball. I hope we're not playing our best baseball yet.
Yeah.
This has been a good weekend. Frustrating in a lot of ways, but eventually, it ended on a high note.
The way I was thinking about it is that if someone told you first day of the season, looking at that schedule, that you go 4-3 in those 7 against Baltimore and Philadelphia, you take that and run.
It's
every day of the week.
Cash that check, right?
You
cash that check quick.
Yeah, and so that is really good. We are holding our own, and with sloppy baseball, we are holding our own against 100-win teams and NLCS teams. And that's great.
8-3 on the road, right? 8-3 on the road. I mean, that's
you
hope to play 500 baseball on the road. And,
and we're not going to be playing at this pace all year,
No.
But every game matters, and getting the wins out early in April help you in the dog days of summer. So 3 more runs. We already talked about CUTCH's home run. I think we had another pass ball that let Jared Triolo store. So another non-hitting run that the Phillies gave up today.
Right.
But 9 runs from the offense. It's really been needed because even though we've been spoiled with like a lot of runs, it's been a bit of a chore to watch this offense over the last couple games. So this was great.
It's been a little sketchy, right? Yeah. It was nice grand slams and like I said, 9 runs, and of course
we hit the ball hard. That's the big. We were hitting the ball hard. That's been my one gripe about this year. I can take the strikeouts if we hit the ball hard. We did it during the Tiger series. We did it today. I need to see more of this. This is what I want to see: is barreling up the ball. Good things happen, because watching that Christopher Sanchez game where we could not hit the ball out of the infield was brutal.
It was tough to watch. And they're starting to set expectations, and we're to the point now where we're sort of expecting and demanding more. And they're not every game, nobody does, but they're starting to show some signs of that this could be a decent team, a decent offensive team.
Yeah, and then we got Mitch Keller, who got through 7 innings today. Mitch Keller, who really struggled to start the season.
No walks.
No walks today.
Right.
No walks. He did get hit kind of hard, but 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks. What did you think of Mitch Keller today?
I thought he looked much better than he has in any start this season. Even the last one where I sort of went on my little rant that, he pitched better, but look, he just seemed to have more conviction when he was throwing his pitches. He looked more in charge. To me, his body language looked better. He didn't have to throw to Henry Davis, which I guess is an issue for him. And it seems like Joey Bart hits a home run when he pitches. So, he wasn't going after strikeouts. He was pitching to contact someone, and it worked. And he was able to go 7 innings. He didn't go 3-2 on every batter, which seems to be his favorite thing to do. So he looked a lot better. It's very encouraging. It's back-to-back quality starts. So until this game, and maybe still, statistically speaking, he'd been our 5th best starter.
Yeah.
And we need more from him than that. I don't, he doesn't have to be an ace, but he's got to at least be a number 3 starter, right? Right.
Yeah.
Consistent.
With the money that we gave him, he has to be this kind of pitcher. And I mean, baseball's it's complicated, right? There's a lot of stats. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but sometimes baseball is very simple. And with Mitch Keller, sometimes you just got to throw your best pitches. Yeah. And for some reason, he does not like to throw his best pitches. He wants to throw all the breaking balls. He wants to throw cutters. But when he's at his best, he is throwing that sinker fastball combo, which is what he did the last 2 starts. And they've been by far the best 2 starts of the season. When he was throwing that cutter, he was getting murdered. Right. And now he's peppering the zone.
It's driven me crazy that someone in the organization, I understand we're player-centric in these sort of things, but this cutter is just getting murdered, and no one's thought that, A, why is he wanting to throw it? B, why is the catcher calling for it? C, why isn't Oscar Marin said, stop, do not put down whatever the sign is for that cutter, take it out. We don't use it anymore. Brady had to add somebody. Mm-hmm. We all figured it. I still remember a start last year in the second half of the season where he had about 4 bad starts in a row. He has a good one. They say, what'd you do different? Well, I just was more aggressive with the fastball. It took you 5 starts to figure that out.
Yeah.
And right. It's just like, throw your best pitches. Stop being cute. Stop trying to show your 6 pitch Mitch. Bailey Falter is throwing his fastball, and his fastball is not Mitch Keller's fastball. Jared Jones is throwing his fastball, and his is a great. But I mean, look, these guys just throw your best pitch. Rely on your best pitches. They can't hit it. They're gonna fail 7.5 out of 8 times or 10 times in today's baseball. Just rely on your stuff. And it was nice. He got a strikeout, ramping it up to 97 at one point. It was, he's a good, talented pitcher. Just get out of your head and simplify the game.
No, I agree. And again, like the last 2 starts, he has been. I thought he looked better against Detroit, even with the walks, just because he was commanding the zone. He was getting whiffs, and I think he got a little lucky today, just with all the hard contact he was giving up. But you take this version of Mitch Keller where he is simplifying his pitch mix every day of the week, and it was huge. We got a huge 7 innings from Mitch Keller today. And I think before this, like he was struggling to go 6.
Right. No, yeah, his first start was maybe 5. It wasn't great, and we have a great bullpen, but let's not burn them out by May, right? Yeah. It's a great bullpen. It's got depth, but we need and Martin Perez goes 8. Falter's gone 6. I thought he could have went 7. He only threw 70 some pitches. Jared Jones, looks like he could go a little longer. He's being efficient. He's not watching people. So, yeah, what we need from him, he needs to lead the staff. He needs to pitch innings. He needs to protect the bullpen. He needs to be efficient, and he did that today. And he did give up some hard hits, but Trey Turner's a pretty good hitter,
Yeah.
So that is a really good offensive lineup. So if you can work around it, get the double plays, get the occasional strikeout, that sort of thing, get yourself some easy innings. I don't think he had a 1-2-3 inning until the 5th or 6th, but
and it's a good Phillies lineup. Like this Phillies lineup is one of those ones where you look at and it is scary. Brandon Marsh is tearing to cover off the ball and he's hitting 6. Bryson Stott is a good play. Like it is a deep lineup. And like I think we said, like you take the series split. I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like we always just get destroyed at Citizen Bank. Like
it's hard to separate for me because we get destroyed just about everywhere over the past 5 years. It's
everywhere. I feel like as soon as we go win, we have no shot. And that used to be Citizens Bank. But so 2 of 4, you're 11-5. And you talked about the bullpen. Anything stand out from you from the bullpen today? Anything interesting?
I mean, it was sort of mop up time, but I like Ryan Ryder. I listen. Kudos to Charrington. He has done a nice job with the pitching additions that he's added. This year, they've all been pretty effective. And I'll tell you, I never heard of Ryan until I'm never going to get that right. Ryan until this year. I mean, he pitched 1 inning prior to this.
Yeah.
Fleming has pitched well. Martin Perez and Gonzalez. Hopefully Gonzalez is going to be okay, but that is
forearm
terrible
tightness. Forearm tightness is tough.
Forearm tightness. Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta say, because like I'll say this. Ryder Ryan, I think I've talked a lot about. I like his stuff. I feel like Josh Fleming has been like somewhat of an unsung hero because he's a thankless job. He is mop-up man. And he has done mop-up man so well, and he has saved this bullpen so many innings just by being able to go 3 in 2 innings, or like that you're never going to be like, I'm so happy that Josh Fleming is in my bullpen, but he does the dirty work and he does it well. 1 inning, 5 pitches, 1 strikeout. Like that's about as efficient as you can get.
Right, exactly. And if you want to think about how good this bullpen is, I suppose, is that Majinski got sent down.
Yeah.
And we're not with pitchforks and torches, outside the stadium because who are you going to send down? Everybody's doing pretty well. And it's like, right, he'll come back up when we need him. and that will come. The pitchers, a lot of the pitchers are going to need a rest here or there. And so, yeah, again, Charrington, we were not too kind to him. The big three, during this offseason did not celebrate a lot of his signings this year. Well, you and I, of course, were on board 100% with these.
Oh, yeah. There is no evidence whatsoever that I have ever been critical of any of the players we signed this offseason.
There's no tape. There's at least no videotape, right? Ignore my
That's
Twitter.
Not my Twitter account. You can't prove it's me.
Yeah. It was hacked. My account was hacked. So, the bullpen looks terrific. I mean, I guess it looks so good that I'm just kind of ho-hum about what it did today, right? They it's no pressure situation, and we're fine.
Yeah, you're getting the job done, and I mean, you would hope that they could take care of a 7-run lead, but they did their job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're still we have some PTSD here, so I still don't feel safe. 9-2, I'm feeling pretty good, but you just never know.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the good vibes, but definitely as the Pirates fan, I am just waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, I'm constantly waiting for it. But
sure.
Right now, CUTCH hit number 300. We are 11-5.
That was great.
We haven't played some good teams.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we play some good teams to get to 11-5, and that's what you want. That's all you can really ask for this team. After this, we go to New York. So we get a 3-game series with the Mets after this, starting tomorrow.
I'm not scared of the Mets. Oh, I hate when I say stuff like that.
I'm not either.
We've counted our chickens so many times.
You never know. Anyway, so
it's a good. Hey, hashtag raise it, people. We're just about to that time.
We would give everyone a minute if you want to put hashtag raise it in the chat. We'll try to win 2 Primanti sandwiches. We're about to give those away. Give everyone a minute or so to do that again, and
subscribe,
then so put
join,
hashtag raise it,
pledge your fealty. All right. Yes. Do you know how many people have put the hashtag in there yet?
Not 1 second.
I don't have that access in there.
I'm getting that access right now.
But so
now,
sign up, guys.
Yes.
Join us, subscribe, follow, obsess, mock us. Things are happening.
Yeah, so please, if you would subscribe to the channel, if you want to support us a little bit more, you can simply become a member on the YouTube channel. If you go to the home YouTube channel, you can press the join button, and you get certain perks. All right, so I have 24 entries. We're going to draw it, and we're going to see who wins. Congratulations, John.
I think this is John's second win.
John won again?
Pretty sure I think John won the last time.
Wait, John won again?
Pretty sure. Pretty sure that he won on the last post game I did, which I think was Monday. The Mitch Keller.
Well, we will.
Congratulations, John.
John again.
I think you know the drill. Get our information. Get your information to us. Yes. Thank you. He did. Yeah, he's gonna get fat and happy. So.
Yep. So congratulations, John, and hopefully next time you guys join in and you guys eat your sandwiches when we sweep the Mets. Hopefully we get 3 more times to hand out sandwiches in the next 3 days.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah, absolutely.
Do you have anything else that you want to add, Doug?
No, I just thank everybody for joining in and participating. I'm just thrilled that I got to see McCutchen's 300th home run. And I'm glad to get, be a small part of you get to talk about it afterwards. That was really exciting. He's been such a great player. It was a good win. We got, very good starting pitching from Keller. We got good offense, and we beat a good team, a good pitcher. And again, we're 11-5, and I'm starting. I don't want to get too excited. I'm just going to shut up.
Vibes are good. Yeah, the vibes are very good. I hope we continue them. Not just stopping in April, but keep going. But for now, the Pirates are sitting pretty right now, and so we are going to get out of here. Thanks for joining us. I hope you all have a good day. Let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks.
Hey, you all. Thank you for watching. I know we try to provide the most entertaining content that we can, and we'd love to spread it to as many people as possible. So I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you could take the 5 seconds to like this video and subscribe to the page, it helps out so much more than you know. Thank you, and let's go Bucks.